Hi there, and welcome to the topic of motivation. I'd like to just show you a book here, another resource. Maybe you can get your hands on it at a local library. Enhancing Adult Motivation to Learn by Raymond Waldowski. What I liked about this book here is he focuses on and provides us four types of perspectives and pillars almost on which to rest our assumptions and our practices around motivating adult learner. And they are establishing inclusion, engendering competence, enhancing meaning, and developing attitude. Let me just explain a little bit. I'll try to hit on some of that. It's a huge book here, but I'll try to touch on a few of the underlying assumptions here. In terms of establishing inclusion, what he's really getting at there is that your learning environment in your classroom or in your online classroom or class has to be, there has to be a sense of safety so that people can take risks and aren't fearful and don't feel isolated and disconnected. And that the safer people feel, the more respected people feel in the learning environment, the more motivated they will be to learn. So that's the first one. Second is engendering competence. Here we touch on all kinds of things of the importance of self-assessment, prompt feedback, having tapping into people's multiple intelligences so that they can display their learning in their dominant way of learning. The importance of clear criteria and rubrics, and the use of praise, and also transferring the information from the classroom, from sometimes a theoretical base, into your own learning environment as an adult educator. Third thing is enhancing meaning, and what he's getting at here is that you have to find a way of, and it involves a variety of techniques. So using a variety of techniques to facilitate people's understanding and meaning. Variety piques people's interest. Doing things a little bit differently, creates that Hawthorne effect, as they say, and gets people engaged. Challenging people, presenting information using graphic organizers and visuals, and using critical questioning enhances people's meaning and understanding of the concepts that you're trying to get across. And lastly, developing attitude. Here it's all about relevance. Adult learners need to know, why is this important to me? And again, almost tapping into that whole notion of variety, of using what's called a differentiated instructional approach, finding different ways to connect with your learners so that they can see the relevance of what you're trying to get across. Scaffolding is mentioned, and this is based on the theory put forth by Vygotsky, where you're getting people to work within their zone of proximal development. In other words, not giving people overwhelming amount of work so they just throw up their hands and go, oh, I can't do this, but just having bite size so you can scaffold and get to the top of the building, but in incremental chunks. Modeling the importance of learning goals and providing adults with choice. Adult learners like to have input in some of the topics that they would like to study. Anyways, a great resource, Enhancing Adult Motivation to Learn, and I've only touched on a little bit of this, but the four pillars: establishing inclusion, engendering competence, enhancing meaning, and developing attitude.